Welcome back, guys. I know I keep saying the same dang thing, but anyway, I'm still working on the Camaro. I got some parts coming in. I did order like a 90 fitting for the water pump, and I ordered one. And eBay, I don't know. I looked at my bank account today, and they charged me $36 for a fitting that when I purchased it, it was $4.61. I sent a message to them and I haven't got a reply back today. Kind of makes me mad because they put down 8 fittings instead of one. So I don't know what went on with that, but it's kind of making me mad. And see what they got to say. And if not, I'm calling eBay and have a few choice words with them. I've already had a plenty of them in the past with eBay. I just don't get it, man. I really don't. That company, boy, I tell you, they take advantage of everybody, I think. But anyway, that's my rant. And I'll show you a couple things on here. Maybe somebody can help me out. I've been looking at a lot of different things ever since I got this water pump off of here. I've been trying to look at motor plates, and I'll show you the reason why I can't run a motor plate. And it's the upper control arms on these Camaros because I have a stock frame. Now, if I went to a different frame, then I probably could have a motor plate. I'd like to get one. I've been listening to a couple videos that keeps it from twisting, and everything else like that. So I'd really like to put one on while I got it this far down, but I can't, and I'll show you. I've been looking at rack of pinions for this. I'm not paying $1,000 for one. I'm just not. That's ridiculous. And I'll show you that reason again. But man, I'd love to put one on here. Really would. I can't find one. I mean, I don't know. I get these guys on Marketplace, and they got Camaros. You know, on these type of cars because they're called second gen, so 70 to 81, the parts are interchangeable, which I really don't understand because 70 to 81, you can't use the back quarters off of an 81 because the back window's different. But everything else you can use. So these couple of these guys, I seen a 70 Camaro. I asked he had a rack and pinion on there. Sent a message to him. He's trying to sell his car, and I'm just asking questions. I didn't, just asking questions, and asked him what type of rack does he have in there. He didn't know. Asked another guy that had a 78 Camaro, what type of rack you got in there. Don't know. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe they bought the car, like, I don't know, but it seems like you would know what you put in your car. But been asking around. I mean, every time I see one, I always send a guy a message, and they don't know. You can Google it, and you punch in, 70 to 73 Camaro rack and pinion, $1,000. No, that ain't me. That ain't happening. I got a manual gearbox in this. I'll just keep. It turns good. So I mean, I'm good with it, but I'll show you a lot of different things I've been going over. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, this is one thing. So say for instance, the motor plate to go here. So when it comes directly down and across, here's the upper control arm. So it's going to run smack dead into that. So I can't get a motor plate on. Love to. Yeah, you can notch it down and then swing it under and mount it to your frame. But when you do that, you have this in the way. And that's the whole support for the control arm. See right here. Now, I didn't know, but I was thinking about What if you cut this out and then move it back in through here and re-weld it on? You know, move it back in here. I can't get the light. Let's see. There we go. Put it back in here, weld it back on back in through here, right down in here. Don't know if you can do that. Well, it's the same thing for the other side also. Now let's see. Let me see if I can't get it to. There. Now you can see if I go straight back with this, it's going to come straight into this. So, and come right heavy into this. So, if anybody's out there that's done one with the stock front end, let me know, because I don't know if you can cut that out. I don't know. The rack and pinion, I'd love to get it in here. I've seen some guys, what they've done is get that going. They welded some bars to the cross member here. Comes out. Welded bars on, coming out, and that's how they got their rack and pinion mounted in. So I see how they do it. I just can't find one to fit, you know, to go in here. I can find them, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not paying that much. But I'd love to get that in there. Now I can get rid of, you know, even more weight. That's what I'm trying to get rid of, just more weight. So if I can do all that, that's cool. And then the other thing is, let me go over here. It's this one right here. So what I did do is I drilled 2 holes, tapped them inside my little spacer to the water pump. So what's going to happen is this is going to set like that onto the motor. So the fitting here and one up here. I'll put a fitting in here. This one here is going to run my temp gauge rather. So it's going to screw into that one and plug into here. This other one, I got a fitting coming, and it's going to go into here, which I had 180. The fitting, when it screws in here, one goes this way, one goes down that way. So I ordered a 180 fitting where it'll attach, swing around, come back up, and that's what my steam port lines are gonna mount into. So that's the fitting I'm talking about that I paid for one, and I looked at my account today and it showed, and I looked at eBay and 8 pieces of fittings and $35. No, I didn't pay for that. Or I did pay for it, but I didn't order that. I ordered one. So don't get me going on that one. I'm highly upset about that, but those are my problems. Motor plate, rack and pinion. I'm getting the water pump figured out. I think I got to figure it out. So, hang on. I went ahead and just stuck this up here real quick just to show you. But, like I said, I kind of got this figured out. It's just everything. One more thing I'll go over to. So, see, I'll go from a hose here to over here. But I wanted to have a thermostat in it. So there is a fitting out there that's probably going to have to come in right about here. So the rubber hose to this
It's a fitting that has a thermostat built into it. So then on the other end, it'll come off, it'll be a hose and hose. So there's my bottom radiator part that I have going on. For the top, like I said, this is going to be a 45 coming out of here. I think I'm going to put a 90 on this side over here, which is going to come out, and then the other hose is going to come this way. So as it comes up, and I'll show you this other piece right here. So I'm just going to go rubber hose to rubber hose on this, and then that's going to be the setup right like that. And that's going to be for my top. It's going to come Y off of this. Like I said, 2 fittings on this side, here and here. So I'm thinking this one right here is going to shoot across here and go to the other side. This one here is going to be coming up to this fitting here. So if I need to turn it more like this, I can, and then have it coming shooting down. Or even like that, more. It depends, but that's what I got in my mind. So the other thing is I have this other bracket. I bought 2 brackets for the alternator. Well, so I started with this bracket a long time ago, and that one mounted like way up here on my head. So the alternator was roughly right here in this area. I didn't like it because it's just big and bulky right here. So I lowered it down there, the alternator. So, and I can't run it down there no more because what I want to try to get away from the tensioner. That's kind of like that deal there. I'm going to try to get away from that, because I don't like it, because every time I rev the car up, you could hear it squeal a little bit, the belt. So I want one where it's like the old small block Chevy alternators brackets. You know, you turn and it's got a big groove in it, you know. And when you turn the alternator, that tightens the belt, and then you tighten it down. You're done. Boom. There's no more of that stupid tensioner thing. So I bought this one, which was down at the bottom. So there's $200 sitting there for different pulleys. Now I'm talking about getting another one, but it's going to mount over here on the passenger side, which I measured it, and it comes out right. They want you to measure from your center bolt of the balancer over, and it's 13 inches, so 13 inches it'll stop to about right here, but it's tucked back in through here. So it's down and low, and it'll sit about right here. So that's the one I'm looking at to get. So as soon as I get it and get it put in, I'll show it to you. Now the only thing I got as I'm doing this, that's when I put that in just now and I was looking at it. I didn't put this fitting in, the person before me did, but is that belt going to come off that and smack up against that? So here we go again. So when the alternator's over here, I don't know if it's going to go low enough so I can turn that a little bit higher, and maybe the belt will not come over here and hit that. So if you understand what I'm saying, we'll see. It probably will, knowing my luck, and I'll have to do something with that. They do make 2 outlets on this pump for that fitting. There's one on this side and one on the other side. Worst comes to worst, I can transfer it to the other side, just a longer tube, and maybe just have the tube come, or the hose, not tube, but hose, come down and come over. Don't know. So that's another option. If I can't get it to work on this side, then I'll have this come out on this side, right up underneath here, come out and swing out about right here, and then just have a hose connected here and running that way. I don't want it that way, but worst comes to worst, you gotta do what you gotta do. So these are all the dilemmas that I'm trying to get organized, trying to get worked with. So as everything comes in, I'll get it together and go through the process. Like I said, if anybody has seen, you can get a motor plate in with the stock front end, man, let me know. If anybody has any ideas about the rack and pinion, let me know. And I think I just ballparked the measurement. I think it's like 47, because I measured from the center of the tie rod in there to that one over here, and I think I came up with 47 inches. Let me double check that. Hang on. Let me take that back. That was 50 inches from center to center. So let me know, and go from there. I don't know if the other video I showed, I think I did, but I did get the toggle switch in for the start button, so I did get that in. But this is what I'm working with. I did buy a new hose for it. It's 12 AN, like I said, so I can run all this up through here. Like I said, when everything comes in, I'll get it going. But while I have it down like this, man, love to put something else in there, you know. Plus it's winter time. Get it going. These are the alternator wires here. So if you see those hanging, that's what that is. I knew it's going to be a project, converting that over. So, like I said, I ran a small block Chevy in this for a while. Yeah, I ran a small block Chevy in this for the longest time. And I don't know. I'm old school too, just like the other guys are. I just want to try something different, you know. So, and the offer came about on this motor here, and so I jumped on it. So, and like I said, I built that small block Chevy that I had. I built it from just used parts. I basically just put 12-to-1 pistons in it, and had what is it? 280 duration, 560 lift cam in it. It had the Victor Junior intake. It had a 650 double pumper Holly on it. It had double hump heads, 202 double hump heads from 1967 327. They were 64cc heads. So
and 4-bolt main. When I sold it to the person, he didn't want it no more. He went out less. He said he wanted something more reliable, so he went out less. He sold it to another kid. That kid got it dynoed, and it dynoed at 525 horse. So it wasn't too bad for just parts I seen on that stupid ass website eBay, and buying just used pistons and sticking it together. And I got on it, and the motor held up. And I think that kid's selling it again. He's selling it. I don't know. My daughter's seen it because she knows the guy and said it's back up for sale. Why don't you buy it? And I'm like, nah. Because if I go a different direction, it's going to go big block. I want big block. I want to try my hands in that. And I love to go big block. Never built one, but that's what I like to do. So, but yeah, that's about it. I'm going to keep mumbling and bambling on. But anyway, another video. Like and subscribe, guys. I appreciate it really much. Thank you.